about 20 degrees out. We've got the C8 Corvette right here. There's the Colorado mountains. And right now we are at a volcano. Seeing everything around us right now makes me feel so small, you know, in reality. And seeing all the nature and wildlife just adds on top of it. Deer crossing down there. Look like you see it right now. These are the crazy things you see when you're traveling across America. Next stop, Colorado. Right now, this is my first time ever cornering my new C8 mid-engine Corvette. I just arrived to Pikes Peak here in Colorado. First time ever coming here before. I'm at the bottom of the mountain, well, the starting point of the drive up. And I'm excited to get the car in sport mode right now. I can't wait to experience what this car is like actually taking the turns. And there's actually snow up here, which is pretty surprising, but I think it'll make for some pretty good shots. Now, our tires, they are cool. Well, I consider that cold. I prefer them to be at normal tire temperature, but that doesn't mean we can't at least drive a little bit spiritedly. Oh, wow. Really, it's come alive in the higher RPMs. Taking this corner, it feels very flat out. We're not going too fast, but let's downshift here. Oh my gosh, that's instantaneous. Full throttle. Whoo! In the brakes, too. Oh my gosh, this car can go from a complete daily driver into a full-on track car right away, just like that. And again, it's 20 degrees out, and I can full throttle this car, and it puts down the power. And taking this corner relatively fast, it just feels so planted. I am very impressed. How did Chevy do this? Oh my gosh. Even right now, downshifting. It just makes you want to keep going faster and faster. And that DCT, it's pure telepathy. All you got to do is hit a button and you're downshifted into the next gear below you, and you have all that power in the RPM band. And if you can't see this, the red line is at 6,500 RPM. We're dealing with 495 horsepower, so it's a good amount for this car. This car does weigh around 3,500 pounds or so, 3,500 to 3,600, and you do feel it. The center of gravity is much lower, and you can toss and turn this car very easily. And speaking of being in track mode, the steering feel, it does feel much more tight, and I think it's exactly how I would want it for the racetrack, if I'm completely honest. In normal drive mode, it may be a bit too soft, but it's perfect for like daily driving though. But anyways, this is why you buy a car like this. You buy it to have fun and take it to a mountain. Most owners who would buy this car would not necessarily track it. It's good to know that even on a cold day with snow around you, this car gives you pure confidence the entire time. Check out this scenery all around us right now. This is so fun. We're attacking Pikes Peak in our C8 Corvette. But oh my gosh, like if you buy this car, you can't put it in the garage and let it sit there. We're driving right now in 30-degree weather with our heated seats on, heated suede steering wheel on. It's like it's no big deal. The car knows there's sketchy conditions at this moment, and it's not going to let me overdo anything so that we lose control and crash. It's a very easy car to drive fast, and that is why I think it makes for a very good base model Corvette, because the majority of owners may not know how to drive a car at its edge, at its limit, and know how to control it. But for being mid-engine now, the dynamics of the car, the front end still feels like it has a ton of grip. Now, I heard from the reviews that these cars seem like they have a lot of understeer on the track. However, on the street, you don't feel that whatsoever, even on the tight hairpins. look at this view up here. This is amazing. This is where I think Ken Block did his donuts for his Hoonigan video. We got snow right here, a cliff to our left. Oh my gosh. They were filming the C8 Corvette just now. That's awesome. That's what happens. You're driving this car. People, they see it and they just, they get gravitated towards it. It looks that good. We made it to the highest point we can go to at Pikes Peak right now. You can see all the snow right in front of us. The rest of the road is closed off right now. They have a security guard blocking it. I guess there's more snow up there blocking the road apparently. But this is awesome. Honestly, it really is. My first ever mid-engine car. We are at a snow-covered mountain, aka Pikes Peak, which is a legendary mountain that you hear so much about. And even driving this car in the snow, I'm not worried whatsoever. I even turned off traction control because that's how confidence inspiring this car really is. When you're driving it hard or even moderate speeds, you can feel just how composed the chassis is. I think this is going to be a really good chassis car. Kind of like how the Ford GT is a good chassis car. However, this car also has that big V8 motor in the back. So you have good noise, you have a great chassis, and just driving it, it feels like a go-kart, especially with this steering wheel right here. What's funny is that it says our tire temps are normal, but I don't believe that because to the right, it's 25 degrees up, 25 degrees out. The car is running great. It doesn't feel too crazy when it comes to putting down the power. It's really well put together and tuned. And even when it was starting to recognize the ground surface, it was telling me, hey, drive with caution, ice possible, which is even better because it shows you how advanced this car really is. The systems are always there trying to take care of you, and that's what you really need for this kind of a car if you were to daily drive it. Now, you can obviously turn off all those settings that go in track mode and turn off all the traction control, and then you can have full control of the car, but I'm not going to do that because, as you know, this mountain is famous for its cliff-like drop-offs, and if I make one mistake or if the ground is too slick and there's ice, I could end up going off the mountain. We have tons of snow all over the place. This shows you just how much snow we're dealing with right here. But hopefully in the future, you know, when it starts, the snow starts going away, we can join them for those Pikes Peak runs. The Corvette, it's just at home up here. It really is. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a few photos right now of an encounter. We encountered a park ranger. He was so nice. Funny too, because he was telling us the stories about how Ken Block filmed his Hoonigan episode up here. Also how they filmed a scene for the Fast and Furious 7 movie up here. It's just really cool coming up here and meeting the park rangers. When you get a car like this, please take it on adventures because it certainly was not made to be a garage queen. It can do anything. As you can see, it drove up this mountain with ease in 20-degree weather. This was completely worth the trip out. It really was. This road is so much fun to drive on. I can't imagine what it would be like racing up this mountain with no snow. And as you can see, it's a pretty hot tourist attraction as well. There's a lot of people coming up here, even during these times. And honestly, again, this was an experience that was unlike anything else so far. Even though we're not driving fast, we're still getting a better understanding of how it performs in certain conditions. And even in 20-degree weather, it's freezing right now. These tires, they're putting down the power. Well, actually, traction control is working in such a way that it's identifying the current conditions and adapting. It's not too much. It doesn't bite you. It's just fun. But as you can see, the snow is pretty deep. Didn't even see that one coming. But I can't imagine how much deeper it actually gets out here. Let's walk this way, get our shoes out of the snow. Overall, though, the control so far, what I've experienced with this new C8 Corvette, it's been very predictable, very easy to drive fast, and not scary. Most importantly, it's not scary, and I feel like anyone can hop inside of it and have a good time. And have a car that looks this good, drive as good as it does, plus to go 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, 2 seconds 0 to 60s over and over again, anyone can hop inside and do it. That shows you how much performance you're getting for the money. It started snowing. Let's turn off our parking brake, go back into manual drive mode, and here we go. So planted. a lake down there. Can you see it? I think it's frozen. Yeah, it's frozen down there. Let's pull and get a shot of that. What does this say here? It says Crystal Creek Reservoir. So that's down there. This day has been completely fantastic. I finally got a good idea at how this car performs the new C8 Corvette in the corners. And yes, we didn't go fast because we really can't in these conditions. And plus, at this location, to go fast, you go to the racetrack. So far, they're just getting a feel for the car. It feels like it's on rails. It feels like it's a go-kart. You're sitting so low to the ground, the seats hug you, and it feels practical at the same time. I've got a heated steering wheel. It's 20 degrees out. I got heated seats. At one moment, the car's in its track configuration. Then the next, it's a daily driver. And then after that, it's a 0 to 60 monster. It can do everything well, and it's practical at the same time. It looks cool doing it, too. I don't know much about how it's going to perform on the racetrack just quite yet. We got to wait until the tracks open up. I'm so excited about it. I really can't wait. But for now, for the time being, we're just going to enjoy this car on the street. And doing so, it doesn't diminish any of the fun factor. You get inside this car, and every single time you get a smile on your face, and you're having a great time. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out. And subscribe for much more great Corvette content coming your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.